What happens when you take Chronicles of Darkness and you put it into the John Wick universe? Well, what you get is something like Trinity Continuum Assassins. Full disclosure, I did get Trinity Continuum Assassins for free from Onyx Path for review, but I did buy Rat in a Burning Cage before they asked me to make this video and then gave it to me for free. So there's that. Shout out to our patrons for supporting the channel. Rat in a Burning Cage is an introductory adventure for Trinity Continuum Assassins. This means that it not only has a sort of truncated rule set in there for people who don't own the core rulebook, but also it has pre-generated characters, tokens, ambient noise and sound effects, as well as maps. Very quickly, this adventure is about trying to recover an assassin who retired and became governor of an island of retired assassins. Your objective is to find him and bring him back to the Council of Assassins. I'm not going to spoil the story, but I did want to say that I think this is a great jumping off point for getting into the world of assassins. However, I will say that I'm not a fan of it doing a rescue mission instead of doing an assassination, though it does show some nuance to the world in that these assassins can be doing more than just killing people. Other than the adventure itself, you're going to get a little bit over 60 virtual tabletop tokens in the pack. For me, that's a big plus because I do use virtual tabletop tokens and it saves me a bunch of time making them myself. However, I will say that two of the characters in the module who have their own photos don't have tokens in this pack. That might change. The module itself is currently in errata stage, so if you submit feedback through the email that you get for purchasing the product, you can help maybe change things and make things a lot better. I actually sent a crap ton of notes, most of them just being likes to have for some formatting and stuff like that, but there were a few things that I'll call out in this overview or review. I hope they change in the future, but we'll see. Additionally, you're going to get about 3 virtual tabletop maps. There are gridless versions and gridded versions, which is great for me because sometimes it's really hard to get Roll20 or whatever virtual tabletop program you're using to actually line up with the grids. You also have the 5 pre-gen characters that come with the pack. Their character sheets are in there, as well as quick references to their abilities in the actual module itself. I would like it if the character sheets had the summaries of each of their abilities separated out into the character sheet, because at the moment they're just the character sheet with the abilities listed, and I'd have to print out the PDF into another PDF of just those pages for my players so that they can use them for reference. Lastly, you do get a bunch of audio files that read out all the handouts that are in the book. Additionally, there's some ambience, music, sound effects. The music is just a music box, and the sound effects are a bunch of ambient tracks for like being out in the jungle or in the city or in the countryside. All of them are really good. They're stock audio, so I think it's probably a Creative Commons license or something. I just want to say the amount of content that is in this is something that I want to see going forward with future adventures. I run a lot of virtual tabletop games, and I know people who love having maps for when they run modules. So having all of this extra stuff included is a big plus, especially when the price point of this is only $10 USD. What about the cons? Well, for me, the biggest con is that the map's file size is bigger than 10 megabytes, which means if you're going on Roll20 and you only have a free account, you can't upload them. They're about between 9 and 15, I think. So if you do have a pro account for Roll20, you can upload them. But if you're like me and use a free version, you can't. I did submit this into the errata, and so I hope that this gets changed eventually because it can really help people get to use this without spending too much money. Lastly, there's one scene in the book that kind of confuses me that I asked to hopefully be clarified. It involves a character who's technically captured, but also they're packing their bags, so it doesn't make sense to me if they're actually captured or what's the logic in them not trying to escape. In any case, that was the only thing major with the story that seemed to confuse me. Other than that, this seems like a very good introduction for people to Trinity Continuum as a whole, as well as the Assassins line. Honestly, I would probably give it about a 9.5 out of 10 or something equivalent. There's some rough parts around the edge, but I really want to just reward this product for having so much virtual tabletop support, and I hope Onyx Path continues going forward with that, because honestly, that's where I'm doing a lot of my gaming right now, and it really helps me out. What do you all think? Do you think it's a good idea to focus a little bit more on virtual tabletops when writing adventures? Please leave a comment down below and explaining what your thoughts are on this. Also, if you want to buy this product, there's going to be an affiliate link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. I'm going to put a video here that is probably relevant.